All right, guys. Yes. What a surprise, right? Y'all were not expecting this, huh? I'm gonna watch the MLB All-Star game. Yeah. For those of you that listened to the latest episode of KSN, I didn't say that I would do a live stream of me watching this, but I made my decision late last night. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm actually going to watch this game and on stream. So, yeah. Let's see how this goes here. So, this is my third live stream of me watching a sporting event. The first one was a soccer matchup. Someone basically requested me to watch the what was it called again? The UEFA champions. That was like back on May 31st. And then not too long after that, I watched the UFL championship football game, and surprisingly, that got quite a bit of views and quite a bit of people tuned in to that stream while watching the game with me. So that was cool. And I figured, since it's just a regular Tuesday night, why not watch this Midsummer Classic? Yeah. Oh, I think my stream connection's not going well, unfortunately. Well, the game has just started. Well, that's unfortunate. My upload speed is very, very low, and I forgot to check it. I'm just gonna put on. I'm just gonna pull up the chat on my phone here. Well, unfortunately, the stream is not going well right now, but oh well. I'm just gonna see how this goes. Hopefully the upload speed gets higher. And since the stream's not going well, I guess I'm not gonna do much talking, because if the stream's not going well while you're live, then that means, if it's kind of jumpy picture, that means if you watch this as an archive, it's going to be like that as well. So hopefully eventually the connection won't be bad. Let me just type in a message letting the people know.
Baseball's total base, runs scored, and base hits leader at the start of play tonight, hitting a cool 355 with plenty of power. And he takes a strike. I'm waiting for somebody to challenge. I think he wanted to do it there. These two faced one another in last year's All-Star game. Steen struck out Judge in 2024. Chopper back over the middles. Until Marte gets to it, it's a very breezy start to the game for two-time All-Star Paul Skeens. Pretty good day's work. Oh, get the showers, kid. You can get through security so fast.
So guys, hopefully the stream gets better. Hello, T-Bone, and the MVP 5-tayer. I hope the stream isn't like a big delay, but let's just see what happens, I guess. All I hope is that the stream doesn't end on its own. But right now it says the connection's not that great due to the low upload speed. I'm gonna eat right now. Dude, get that fly off of my bun. What the heck?
Coming at you, and that nasty changeup and slider going. That's that changeup in the dirt, and it's rare, right? You don't really see that much left-on-left changeup in today's game, but he's got such a good one and such a weapon. But as I think, you have to respect your left-hander. Otani just flips the bat barrel out there and has a big hit to lead off the whole half of the first. And here is one of the hometown heroes. Ronald Acuna Jr. playing as an all-star for the 5th time in his career. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's swinging first pitch right here. Harry has to be very careful with those fastballs at the top of the zone. He likes to swing first pitch. He does just that. Fouls off a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Of course, Acuna's season got off to a delayed start. Still recovering from a knee injury. Began the campaign on the injured list, but in 45 games has made quite an impact to the tune of an OPS over 1,000. That's just one per match right there, right? Well, that's the beauty of it, right? It's cool. And he understands he likes to swing, but it's where is the location of these fastballs? I think hands first pitch at the top of the zone. Second pitch. 0-2 the count to Acuna. 6 pitches from School. 5 swings by the National Leaguers. There's a take on 99 upstairs with 0-2 strikes. Special. Ketel Marte batting third, waits next, and then Freddie Freeman leadoff single by Otani has a man on with nobody out. Acuna with what sounds like a broken bat, getting a tough play for Torres, and everybody's saying
Dude, get this. Oh my gosh.
the Braves really missed him, right?
It's like a little fly that likes to fly around my food. I hate that.
Puts the ball in play, doesn't strike out much. When he puts it in play, he's got wheels. Let's take a look here. He gets a little jam, but he smells it. Smells the hit at an all-star game in Atlanta. Going all out. One of the fastest swings in all of baseball. It's Eric School, we can't believe it. Made a good pitch, all of a sudden, first and second, no outs. So a well-hit single, and then a squiver puts runners aboard, and now it's Marte who's also swinging at the first pitch and coming up empty on that changeup. Eddie, this is where Marte was in Seattle. Such a good hitter right-handed, right? He was a slugger right-handed. He's gotten so much better lefty, but this is his natural side. Loves to hit right. And that's a fair ball up into the right field corner. It's going to get the National Leaguers on the board first as Otani scores. Here comes Acuna being waved around. No play at the plate, and we have an early contender for All-Star MVP. His name is Ketel Marte. The Dominican. They're partying right now in the Dominican Republic. First 3 batters. Internationally. Japanese. Venezuelan. Now in the
Oh, connection's good. Alright, connection's good. I just checked. It says excellent connection. That's good. Hopefully, hopefully it'll stay like that for the rest of the game.
Marte's playing in his 3rd All-Star game. He's got a hit in each one of them. Here's Freddie Freeman now. And the chant of Freddie
Alright.
in the stands.
Alright, I think we're good now.
Knockouts, everybody's standing.
So, yep. I'm sure y'all didn't see this coming. Me doing a live stream of me watching the Midsummer Classic.
Here in Los Angeles and late on a fastball that time.
And yes, finally, players have stopped wearing ugly ass uniforms. After 6 years, it's about time. So I'm glad they brought that tradition back to life. They can wear ugly uniforms during the home run derby. That doesn't bother me, but during this game, that bothered a lot of people. So thank you, MLB, for finally listen to your fans. Hopefully the next thing you'll change is get rid of the extra inning rule, ghost runner, because a lot of people don't like that either. Oh gosh, already? Oh, we got an ump cam. That's always cool. Umpire cam. By the way, I actually dressed up as an umpire for Halloween. I might do that again this year. Because Halloween, you always got the World Series going on, you know? So yes, if you can't tell, this is not on Fox, okay? This is the international broadcast. This is for viewers that lives outside of the United States. So this is for Canadian viewers that live in the UK, Australia. They get this version, and luckily for me, I have access to their channels. So that's why I'm watching it on this version instead of Fox. Plus, they got Matt Vasgersian. I've always liked him, the announcer. Matt Vasgersian used to be the voice of MLB The Show, the video game. So it's great to have him call this game. But this is on a network called Sportsnet East. It's one of the Canadian sports channels. So after this game's over, they're going to show like the Canadian sports highlight show.
It's like watching the US Open. Let's go right to the eye of the sky. 0-2 the count to Will Smith. And a swing and a miss. Gets scribbled out.
100 miles an hour.
Strikeouts. But a couple of runs.
T-Bone says put a napkin over your food so your food is guarded. Alright. I might as well. Alright, well I usually mute the commercials. That's usually what I do. So I can talk. After they come back from commercial, I'll eat more. So anyway, guys, if y'all listen to my latest episode of KSN, which was from yesterday, I did talk about this All-Star game. I did pick the National League to win. I did. 2 reasons. Number 1, there's more better teams on the National League. And number 2, they're playing at my least favorite team's stadium. Yeah. So that's why I'm picking the National League to win. But at the same time, I really don't care which league wins this, because it's just an exhibition game. You know, back in the old days, this All-Star game really meant something, but not anymore. Just like the other sports, the leagues, you know, the NBA All-Star game, that really doesn't mean anything anymore. And of course, the NFL Pro Bowl, who watches that? At least, you know, NHL, instead they decided to have the 4 nations face off. That was a great idea because that was a huge success, and a lot of people were watching the 4 nations face off. So that was cool. And next year is the Winter Olympics, and I heard that the NHL players are allowed to be back in the Winter Olympics, so that's great news. Tried to kill the fly. I can't because it's too small. I don't think I see it anymore. The answer is no.
He runs of support as he has in his last 3 combined starts by the Pirates. That's not fair. Thanks for being on the All-Star team. It is 11-time All-Star and future Hall of
Well, there's an OG player.
Fame. What might be in the minds of many his final All-Star.
This could be his last season too. I've always liked him. The thing about him, he usually he usually chokes in the postseason.
Not saying it's his last, but yes, definitely very special. And the first pitch he throws to Cal Raleigh's hit pretty well on
Oh wow.
catch made in left field.
First pitch swung, sliding catch.
Tucker just like BP was playing.
Kyle Tucker, the former Houston Astros player.
Take a look here, top spin fastball. Nice swing by Raleigh, but look at that play. Oh, I'm gonna love it. There's Tucker. Kyle Tucker hasn't been out there all year, and he's challenged on the top of the second on a tough play. Converts. Here's Vlad Guerrero Jr. down. Kershaw absolutely loves it too, right? One pitch, one out.
No, that's why I'm live on this channel instead.
Tina, one of the best right-handed hitters. And you can say that Clayton will barely break a sweat tonight, but it is really humid. And even if 3 pitches in, you're going to be sweating.
Did I know that flies only live for 2 weeks? No, not exactly.
All-star selection. There's the big breaking ball that Guerrero waves at.
All right, I'm gonna resume eating.
That's what that curveball does to you as a hitter. It starts so high and drops so low, so fast. 1-2. Trying to back it back. He is slap whistle for this run like this.
Wow, we got 5 people watching. Me watching the game. Okay,
Took a nice little
interesting.
swing. Made one step. And Guerrero spun looking at a call strike 3. And I think Clayton thought that he had struck out the
Is that homemade or did I get it somewhere? It's from, I think it's from Sam's Club.
Kershaw will be relieved and leave to a nice ovation. That's pretty cool. All the players understand it. All the players appreciate it. Well done. Clayton Kershaw debuted with the Dodgers at the age of 20 back in 2008. His tenure with the Dodgers, the longest of any player still with his current team. And if in fact this is his final All-Star.
I actually have a shirt with his name on the back.
Big curveball to Vlad, and then
The reason why I got that shirt was because it was for the 2018 World Series. They played the Boston Red Sox, and the Boston Red Sox are my second least favorite team. So that's why that year I wanted the LA Dodgers to win. So, and that World Series, I'm sure that got huge ratings. And plus, Game 3, the longest World Series game ever. Yep. What a marathon. Do I have a Shohei Ohtani shirt? No. Oh, I'm not Eric. I'm Keith tonight. This is Keith Sports News, not Eric Sports News. Let me see. Oh, I don't think I should. Oops, what the heck? See the weather in Atlanta. 82 degrees, feels like 86. So it's not as hot from last night, but still. Why doesn't the Atlanta Braves stadium have a retractable roof? That makes zero sense. Their football team has one, but not their baseball team. I mean, that's why they call it. That's why they call it Hot Atlanta. You know, it gets really hot there in the summer. It rains a lot there in the summer. I don't understand why don't they have a roof. It's gonna be like it's like center court at Wimbledon. Let's have the roof open. Play in 90 degrees. Suffering. Although I will say this, that if y'all remember the 2021 World Series, the Atlanta weather sucked. That ruined the World Series for me because the Houston Astros were playing in that World Series. That was close. Speaking of Houston Astros, I'm wearing this. Yep. I'm purposely wearing this shirt. Yep. 2022 World Series champions. Yep. Because this game is in Atlanta. Yep. Yeah, that World Series sucked for me. Yep. Because I thought for sure, I was confident that Houston would win that World Series. Plus, they had a better team record. Yeah, somehow the weather was not that great in Atlanta. That's why. Why don't they have a roof? If you close that roof, you don't have to deal with that crap, you know? Remember when the Astros won in 2017? Of course, bro. Of course. Even though you probably didn't hear me talk much about that, but it's crazy, man. Time flies. Different, you know, over the years, the roster changes, you know, and you're gonna realize, it's not the same team that I remembered, you know. But that's life. That's baseball for you, for the money, you know. My World Series prediction for this year, if any of y'all remembered, my prediction was the Philadelphia Phillies against the Boston Red Sox. That is my World Series prediction. It's hard to predict what the World Series would be before the season begins, you know? If that's the World Series, then I have to cheer for the Phillies. I do like Bryce Harper. He used to play for the Washington Nationals, and the Washington Nationals used to be my favorite team before I permanently switched to the Houston Astros. I'm glad the stream's going well. So a lot of times the All-Star game is a low-scoring game. That might happen again this year, and if that's the case, that makes the game even faster because they're having the pitch clock. And I assume they're going to have, if this game goes into extra innings, they're going to have that stupid rule. Well, I guess you might as well have that stupid rule since the All-Star game doesn't mean much anymore. I guess it's a good thing that this game is not on a Saturday night. Let me say this. If the players are still wearing ugly uniforms, I wouldn't be watching this game. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Yeah, they started doing that in 2021, which I remember. I didn't even watch that game. By the way, this game in Atlanta, they were supposed to have it in Atlanta in 2021. I don't know if any of y'all remember that. They were supposed to have the All-Star game in Atlanta back in 2021. But for whatever reason, they moved it to Colorado. And after that, you know, when I saw what the All-Star game looked like, you know, with the players' uniforms, I'm like, what the heck is this? And then they did it again in 2022, 2023, and last year's. So yeah, the past couple of years, I refused to watch the game because of the players wearing ugly uniforms. So what I did was, I went old school by listening to the game on the radio. Yep, because I have Sirius XM. And I was listening to it on the radio. But yeah, now that they're finally bringing back their real uniforms, I can watch the game. You know why they did that? You know why they did that crap? For the money. It's always about the money, man. Like, it's kind of sad. Like, how much money do you want? How much money do you need, for Pete's sakes? You know? The seats are expensive. You pay good money and the game's only 2 hours and 15 minutes? That's bull crap. I hope they don't have these rules in the World Baseball Classic next year, because I'm really wanting to go. I've been thinking about that lately. World Baseball Classic is next year in March, and I looked at the schedule. Tickets are not available yet, so I'll whenever that's available, I'll have to see how much the seats cost. Yeah, I really want to go because I've always enjoyed the World Baseball Classic, and they've never been to Houston before, which is kind of surprising. So they're finally going to have it in Houston, one of the venues. I just hope that they don't have the pitch clock and the extra inning rule, because they didn't have that in 2023. But if they do have it, I won't be surprised. on my KSN profile picture. When was that picture taken? It was taken back in December of last year. And December of last year was also when I started this podcast. Yep. So here we are, about 7 months. About 7 months later already. And I've done what, 58 episodes? Five Taylor says, all right, I should be set. I am watching on Fox, but in 4K, and it looks great. Oh, okay. I miss Joe Buck on Fox. It's not really the same without him. Just like the Home Run Derby, it's not the same without Chris Berman, but yes, I did. Yes, I did, T-Bone. So, did y'all watch the Home Run Derby last night? I did. I actually did. I watched the whole thing, too, which means I was entertained from start to finish. It's also not the same without Charles Martinet in the Super Mario franchise. Yeah. Five Taylor says, I did, but I had it on ESPN2 as I could not stand the main broadcast. You couldn't stand it because of the split screen? Yeah, that's what I heard earlier today. I listened to my favorite sports talk podcast, Mad Dog Unleashed with Christopher Russo, and they were kind of saying that it is kind of weird watching it when they're doing that split screen. But I guess they have to do it that way because of the format, you know? Yeah, so I guess this was the last Home Run Derby on ESPN. Guess we'll see what network gets it next year. It might be Fox, or it might be TBS. Not just that, but also because I preferred Kevin Brown over Ravitch. I forgot about Kevin Brown. I might have heard his voice before. No. What if it was raining? I don't think there's ever been an All-Star game where there was like a rain delay or home run derby. Out of all the ones I watch, I didn't see one. But what if it was raining? You're going to be like, oh, we wish we had a roof, you know? Exactly. Kevin Brown, he's the Orioles TV announcer and would sometimes be there for StatCast version of Sunday Night Baseball games. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I can, but I don't have to, because not many people follow this channel.
It could be wet. Well, his last outing didn't go so well. At the All-Star game, his first appearance. Career. So he's looking to kind of bounce
I assume Fox still has that weird-looking score bug.
in the 2024 game last year. Arlington
This score bug is 10 times better.
was looking to become the first Tiger with a base hit in
I think it's perfect.
2017. Javi Baez, how excited he is. Talking a few days ago. Whole family's here. His twins are here. How excited he is to be here. What a year he's had and playing virtually everywhere on the field. Calling a strike for Javi, swing and a miss. Good change right there. Look at Javi, what he's done.
Also, Matt Vasgersian used to be on Fox and FS1 with John Smoltz, and then he left the network because back in 2018 he moved to ESPN's Sunday Night Baseball broadcast. And when he did that, I thought that was kind of weird. The announcer before him was Dan Schulman. I've always liked Dan Schulman. Dan Schulman is now the Toronto Blue Jays announcer on TV. All right. So I guess it's because Carl Ravitch was the host of Baseball Tonight, and then they brought in Matt Vasgersian with Alex Rodriguez. Now that's really weird that Alex Rodriguez was one of the announcers for Sunday Night Baseball, because he's also on the Fox pregame show. It's kind of weird that he was on both networks for a couple of years. And after 2021, Matt Vasgersian left ESPN, and I think I looked him up. He's now the Anaheim Angels TV announcer. I was hoping he would go back to Fox and reunite with John Smoltz like the old days, but they didn't do that. Because, after 2021, Joe Buck left Fox and he joined ESPN to be the new Monday Night Football announcer. So for whatever reason, they picked Joe Davis to succeed Joe Buck. I find that kind of weird. Yeah, I miss the old MLB on Fox. It was just cooler back then. Now it's not as cool anymore. Kenny Albert used to do games on there. I kind of miss him calling games. Although he's well known as a hockey announcer. I remember Tom Brenaham. Remember him? He used to be the Cincinnati Reds announcer. I've always liked him too, but yeah. Like those were the top announcers. When Joe Buck isn't available, you would hear Kenny Albert or Brennaman, But now it's Joe Davis and the other guy. What's his name? Jason Benetti. I do like Jason Benetti. I prefer him over Davis. Jason Benetti, I remember he used to be the Chicago White Sox announcer. And I remember before him it was Hawk Harrelson, that old guy. I've always liked him too. And then Jason Benetti, he moved to the Detroit Tigers TV announcer. It's kind of weird. You got these announcers are moving. They're moving to different networks, Kenny Albert still calls MLB games on Fox? Really? Because it seems like he doesn't anymore. Why isn't he? Why? And he's been on Fox for how many years? I would still hear him call NFL games on Fox, but not MLB games. I don't know, T-Bone. It's weird. Yes, he did. He called the Cubs Astros that one Saturday. Oh, and that was a blowout. I had that game on, but it was on mute. Yeah, every Saturday evening at 6 p.m. there would be a Fox MLB game and a CFL game at the same time. So for the past couple of weeks, I would put on both games at the same time. But I would have them on mute, and I would listen to music instead. Yeah, that's kind of what I do during the summer, anyways. Hey. No, I did not do anything. I don't know why it does that. Guess we'll have to talk about that privately. It's kind of weird though, but yeah, wasn't this player injured last year for like pretty much the whole season? Man, what is with these players getting injured for half the season? It's crazy. Hopefully this stream doesn't get blocked. Oh, I knew you were gonna ask me that. That was my father that walked in. Yes, I still live with my parents. Go ahead, make fun of me. I don't care. Let me know if somehow the stream goes bad again. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it won't. Wow, now we got 6 people watching? That's cool. Oh, we got a new person. Hello, new viewer. Nathan Clearman. Rotate that camera to the left, bruh. To the right. Oh, so you can see the whole TV? I mean, I guess I could try that. I just hope the stream doesn't get blocked. I don't think it will, but you never know. So I guess I'll just go for it. Alright, got a commercial break after 3 innings. Now we got 7 people watching. T-Bone asks, this game is copyrighted? Yes. It has to be. Although, somehow the UFL championship game wasn't copyrighted. Probably because a lot of people don't watch the UFL. I guess when something's popular, I guess, you know, it would have to be copyrighted. Alright, well, guess I'm going to have a Coke Zero. Share a Coke with a partner. Yeah. Where's my broadcast partner? I guess it's my clone. Yeah, we're both equally alike. Nathan says, what I'm munching on? Oh, that's a bacon cheeseburger and some fries. And, you know, that's like American food. Some people get that at the ballpark anyways. Well, it's usually hot dogs. I think hot dogs is like the #1 thing. But burgers, they're up there as well, so... Back in the old days, baseball was America's favorite sport. It wasn't football at the time. It was baseball. I'm glad the commercials are not that long. I like how this broadcast, it shows what country the players are from. I do like that. Because a lot of the players are not from America. You know, you got players from Japan, you got players from the Caribbean, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Venezuela, Mexico, even Canada. And that's what makes the World Baseball Classic so special. But yeah, back in the old days, a lot of the players were from America. I need a Seattle dog. Hot dog with cream cheese and grilled onions. Whoa, I've never heard of that. Seattle dog? Is that what the Seattle Mariners have? Hey, we got another new person. Hello. Mini Malice Shaver. Thank you for the stream. What do I put? What do I put my Chick-fil-A sauce on? Oh, you see this? Yeah, this is their barbecue sauce, and this is my favorite barbecue sauce. So I used it on my bacon cheeseburger and fries. But I do like the Chick-fil-A sauce, their own sauce. I like that as well. Yeah, I also like that too. I also got the Chick-fil-A, the buffalo sauce. It's pretty good. T-Bone says, I would like it if Shohei Ohtani goes to the Cardinals so they can become a good team. Yeah, that's what everyone wants for their favorite team because he is the best player. Oh yeah, the home run derby champion. That was cool when he won the home run derby last night. I was happy for him. You guys remember Mike Trout? It's kind of a shame that he always gets hurt. Because he is, well, when he was younger, he was like a really great hitter. I guess he's going to be an angel for life. Hey, we got 10 people watching? I can't believe this. Hey, another new person. Solid like Jay asks, you think Tarek and Paul getting another strikeout? I really don't know. I don't really know what to expect in this game, to be honest with you. But these pitchers are they're only pitching like one inning, just so they can have everyone play for a bit. Nathan asks, if I had to choose, what? Tits or ass? What do you mean by that? Are you talking about Fernando Tatis Jr.? He's in this game. Alright, that's cool. 11 people watching. Okay, what kind of question is that, Nathan? Why are you asking me that on this stream? This channel's about sports, not that stuff. Or sports talk, mainly. I think if I want to get more viewers, I think I need to do more of this. Live streams of me watching sporting events. So I don't know when the next time I'll do another live stream, but I might let you know in the future episode of KSN. I don't know, maybe on a Saturday, a future Saturday, I can do one of me watching multiple sporting events, because Saturday's always the big day for sports anyways. And a lot of people can do that. You can watch two things at once at the same time, live. And I did mention every Saturday night they would have the MLB game on Fox and the CFL game at 6 p.m. Central. He's chewing gum. A lot of these players, they chew bubble gum. Hey, another new viewer, Miles Massog. Another question about the Chick-fil-A sauce. This is barbecue. This is my favorite. It's my favorite barbecue sauce. But I do like the Chick-fil-A special sauce as well. Speaking of special sauce, have any of y'all tried Raising Cane's before? Their special sauce is really good. That's their specialty, that special sauce from Raising Cane's. Yeah, you can't buy the Cane sauce in stores, unlike the Chick-fil-A sauce. Yep, a lot of new viewers. The more viewers, the better. 10 people? This must be a record. You're still looking forward. T-Bone says, I'm still looking forward to trying Raising Cane's. Yeah, I'm sure you'll like it. Their chicken is great. I like everything. I like all that stuff. I live in the capital city of Louisiana, and that's where Raising Cane's started. Yeah, their very first Raising Cane's was the city that I live in. That was back in 1995 or 96, so about 30 years ago. And now look at it. It's like spread across the country. So that is fantastic. You saw the game was acting up for a bit a second ago. Oh, the buffering. Yeah, it was buffering for a bit. All right, y'all have any predictions? Are y'all cheering for American League or National League, or you guys don't really care like me? I guess I can cheer for the American League since the Houston Astros are in the American League and they're playing at the stadium, my least favorite team, the Atlanta Braves. And yep, in case if y'all don't know, I'm wearing. Yeah, I'm wearing this shirt. I'm wearing this shirt tonight. Why not? Yep. The team that lost to the Atlanta Braves in the 2021 World Series, but then the following year, they got the job done. So there you go. Miles says, go AL. T-Bone says, I'm taking the National League. Yeah, because the St. Louis Cardinals are in the National League. Nathan asks, am I an Astros fan? Well, I guess I am partially. Not like what I used, not like years ago. It's because I like the old MLB before, 2023 when they introduced all this new stuff, this new rules. Not really a fan of that. That's just me. So, but I do wish the Houston Astros well, even though it's not the same roster from 2017. It is what it is. The only player they have left is Jose Altuve. He'll go down as one of the Houston Astros all-time great hitters. And I've been to their stadium before, but it's been 8 years. It's been 8 years since I last went to their stadium. And I'm going to try to go there next year in March for the World Baseball Classic, because I think that would be a fun experience. I just hope it goes well, and hopefully the seats are not crazy expensive, But that's like the next big event that I would like to go see. Yeah, it's no longer called Minute Maid Park, and I think people still call it Minute Maid Park because they've had that same name for many years. Now it's called Daikin Park. Miles says, I'm rooting for K1 and Rasmussen. Go Beeves? Beeves? What's Beeves? Or do you mean Braves? Yeah, they do this every year. I think they also do this in the World Series. I think they're are they in the bottom of the 5th inning? Yeah, because that's like right in the middle. That's like halfway. We're like halfway through 9 innings. Oregon State University Beavers. Ah, okay. They both graduated from Oregon State? Oh, okay. Well, speaking of Oregon State, do you remember when they won the College World Series back in 2018? I remember watching some of that. I was on vacation in Orange Beach, Alabama, so we had the game on in the hotel room. They played against Arkansas, and Arkansas should have won that College World Series. Yeah, if you guys remember what I'm talking about, that was a big choke. That was a huge choke that I saw in sports. Arkansas was about to win that World Series, and then somehow they just blew it. Man. This is the 90 this I yeah, this year it's the 95th annual MLB All-Star game. That's crazy, man. So in 5 years it'll be the 100th in 2030. Where should the 2030 All-Star game be? The 100th? Should it be in, I don't know, Yankee Stadium, Fenway Park? One of the old time teams. I think an old time team should be hosting that one. They've already announced that next year's it'll be in Philadelphia. T-Bone asks, is Roblox Gamer going to tune in? I don't know, but he does know about this channel, so I don't know if he's a big sports fan. I assume he likes the Texas Rangers because he lives in Texas. Miles says, all that Arkansas had to do was for Carson Shady to make that catch. Instead, the Beavs won Game 2 5-3 and Game 3 5-0. Yeah, it's like I knew after the Beavers won Game 2, I just knew they were going to win Game 3. Man, that was a huge choke. And for whatever reason, every year Arkansas, they go far into the tournament and they can't win it all, you know? Am I the only one who thought of this? The Washington Nationals logo looks like the Walgreens logo. Yeah, go look up, go compare the two logos. They look very similar. Washington Nationals logo and the Walgreens drugstore logo. A fancy W, cursive. He put on a great show at the Home Run Derby last night. Oh, they're in the top of the fifth. Okay. Quan and Rasmussen were both on the 2017 Oregon State team that went 56-6. Wow. Rasmussen was hurt though in 2017. Quan was on that 2018 team. Oh, okay. So, what team are they on now? Because I've actually never heard of those players before. That's a great throw. T-Bone says, yeah, the Washington Nationals logo and the Walgreens logo look alike. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah. By the way, oh, that's a low strike call. Oh, wait, this is like some new thing that they're doing, right? You can challenge balls and strikes. I heard about this. This is like their first time they're doing that? I think so, right? Getting every call correct. How many challenges do you get? Because I didn't really like look into that. I didn't really look up. I didn't really do my research on that. Miles says Quan is an all-star for the Guardians, and Rasmussen is an all-star for the Rays. Matt Boyd also was an all-star for the Cubs. Okay. Interesting. Wow, we still got 9 people watching. All right, I'm glad the stream's going well. We had some little connection issues towards the beginning, but it's going well. So, if y'all want to know, the first home run derby and the first All-Star game that I watched live was back in 2013. 2013 was the first year I kind of got into watching sports. But yeah, I remember the 2013 version, home run derby and All-Star game. They were in Citi Field, home of the New York Mets. And by the way, that was that All-Star game. I remember they said that the weather was really hot. Man, if it's that hot in New York, oh my goodness. It's extremely hot in the South. Yep. And 2013 was also the first World Series I watched. And the Super Bowl, Stanley Cup Final, NBA Finals. Yeah, I just started watching. And I've been a sports fan pretty much ever since. 2020, the COVID year. Yeah, that was a weird time for all of us. Was I watching sports in 2020? I was, but it was weird, obviously, because no crowd. There was no All-Star game in 2020. The season didn't begin until like late July in 2020. They had a 60-game season. Yeah, after waiting for like months, the league finally decided, hey, we're going to have a short season, 60 games. And Halloween 2020, I dressed up as an umpire with the mask because that's what they were wearing in the games. Plus Halloween, the World Series is always around Halloween anyways.
90% of his pitches are over 93 miles an hour. It's that fastball four-seamer, that cutter, that two-seamer. But look, trying to get on top of this guy. I mean, he is coming right at you. Watch that look, and then Otani's scheduled in a bunch of changes behind Rasmussen, also to strike the count. Byron Buxton takes over from Baez in center. Rosarena for Aaron.
I heard that Byron Buxton is a great player, but he always gets hurt. He's one of those players that always gets hurt. So I really hope he doesn't get hurt again. He was in the home run derby last night. Miles says there's Drew Rasmussen on the mound. Ah, for the Tampa Bay Rays, I see. Oh, okay, yeah, I see his name. Yeah, the Tampa Bay Rays, they're a pretty good team this year, even though they're playing in that minor league ballpark. What if people were saying, I heard earlier, what if the Tampa Bay Rays are in the World Series? So they're going to have the World Series in a minor league ballpark? I guess you would have to. I kind of sort of hope that happens just to see how would the fans react to that. Oh my gosh, a World Series in a minor league stadium. No, Acer's not a sports fan.
Has gone one of its last 14 after the first three batters all had base hits to start things against Terrence Scoop. 2 balls and no strikes. Rasmussen is a first-time All-Star. He was not on
Five Taylor says if the Rays are in the playoffs, they will play in their current ballpark.
the experience, but not
Okay.
pitch, so he's not on the active roster.
They might. They might. No, she's not a sports fan either.
It is the fourth time in franchise history they've had at least 4 representing Tampa Bay. PCA sends a high fly ball the other way for Riley Green.
You know what? I don't have that many real life friends, but pretty much all of my real life friends, they're not sports fans either. That's just them. So, at least I have you guys watching along with me. Oh, 5 Taylor. Didn't Kyle Schwarber used to play for the Cubs? I think he did. I think he used to wear like a blue uniform. It might have been the Chicago Cubs. Oh, okay.
Let's not let you get too comfortable with just heaters.
Yeah, World Baseball Classic. He was in it in 2023. He might be in it again next year.
The game will just help you, and it will embarrass you. So it's what you've got. Can't fake it. It's a runner coming at you. It's a guy that loves to hit the fastball. Schwarber an all-star for the 3rd time in his career. That one into center field for Byron Buxton's going to make for another quick 1-2-3 inning. 10 in a row retired by American League pitching. They still trail the senior surgeon 2-0.
Also, every year, since I like the old home run derby format, I would usually watch an old home run derby every year on YouTube. I didn't do that this year, but I might do that tomorrow. Watch an old home run derby on YouTube. They got a bunch of them, just like the All-Star games. There's a bunch of All-Star games on YouTube from the past. Same with the Super Bowl. I would watch an old Super Bowl every year and an old CFL Grey Cup game as well. Yeah, so that's one good thing about YouTube. You can watch old stuff. Speaking of YouTube, I have YouTube TV, and man, the best part about having YouTube TV is you can record unlimited amount of programming. There's no storage, unlimited. You can record as much as you want. So that's the best part. But it is kind of expensive if but if you're going to use it a lot, I guess it is worth it. I have YouTube Premium as well, and Premium is where there are no ads. No ads on YouTube videos whatsoever, because I got sick of the ads, and I'm on YouTube for hours every night anyways, so I think it's worth it. Because sometimes you'll get an ad like every 5 minutes, and sometimes it's not a skippable ad. Yep, ads equals money. It makes sense. Yeah, that's what I did for Wimbledon tennis, because I could not watch it live during the daytime because I was not at home. So I would come home and watch that during the evening hours and just fast forward through the commercials. Or if it's like a certain match that I didn't care about, I would just fast forward through that as well. Some people do that with WWE or AEW wrestling. You know, you kind of want to know what's going on, but you're not a huge fan of it, but you would just watch the certain matches that you're interested in and skip the ones that you're not interested in. I used to do that as well when I used to have Cox cable. But man, now the new cable is clearly YouTube TV.
Some changes. Andrew Abbott is the new pitcher. He was a late add to the roster, well deserving as all of the line with 8.
Five Tear says, when I was watching the Derby last night, I thought of you during the bonus round since I figured you enjoy those. Ah, yeah, the the bonus rounds. Yeah, you can take your time. You don't have to be in a rush. You get 3 outs. You can get a 4th out. But that was like years ago. They didn't have that rule. Players would just be swinging like crazy. It's like, what am I watching, you know? It's so weird, but now it's not as crazy. But I still prefer the, oops, my phone caught my phone. I still prefer the old format. Yeah, I'm gonna try to watch one tomorrow, an old one. I'll say this, though. I think it's more fun going to the Home Run Derby in person as watching it on TV. Maybe I'll go to the Home Run Derby whenever it goes back to Houston. Actually, that would be kind of a cool experience, too. Oh, yeah, watch the balls fly! Yeah. Also, earlier today, this evening, I watched the celebrity softball game. I would watch that every year as well. I don't know that many celebrities nowadays, but there's a few that I've heard that they were in that game. Yeah, I just realized he now plays for the Seattle Mariners. He used to play for the Tampa Bay Rays. Jeez, going from Tampa Bay all the way to Seattle, that's a long flight. No, not really, T-Bone. What about you? What's your favorite Cardinals player? But I do remember a couple years ago, some great Cardinals players retired. Yadier Molina, the catcher, Albert Pujols. They'll go down as great Cardinals players of all time. Your favorite Cardinals players were Adam Wainwright, Albert Pujols, and Yadier Molina. I do remember Wainwright as well. And he was a big man. He's a big man, big player, big pitcher. And I think he played Him and Molina, they played on the Cardinals for many years. Yep. Cardinals, they have a pretty good history. Whew. So tomorrow, no sporting events tomorrow, which means tomorrow night they have a award show called the ESPYs. I actually used to watch that. I used to watch that award show, the ESPYs, but now I really don't care about that anymore. So I will not watch that. If you're wondering if I'm not gonna watch that, but I might hear about it. I don't really watch any award shows, to be honest with you guys. Oh yeah, this is what the Atlanta Braves do. This is like their tradition. Dude, he's so fast. He's big too. Look at that suit.
First Bubich is a new pitcher for the American League. He's a first-time All-Star. And he'll face Fernando Tatis Jr. leading things off in the last of the sixth. Just a great story. A 2.48 ERA, 18 starts. Though with some injuries
Man,
in the past, was a bullpen guy, has built something.
I remember the old Kansas City Royals from 10 years ago. They were a fun team to watch back then.
Earning the American League Pitcher of the Month. Called his mother when he found out, hey mom, I made my first All-Star. This is going to be fun. And it came exactly a year after being activated from the 60-day injured list after the Tommy John surgery. Some changes behind him. His new left fielder is Stephen Kwan. His teammate Michael Garcia is at third, and that's his new catcher. The Blue Jays. Michael Garcia, I would think the most improved player in the American League. Kansas City has been waiting for him to blossom, and he sure has blossomed. 3 balls and a strike to count to Fernando Tatis Jr. And a full count now. What a swing. What's the guy have to do to walk?
Another one of your favorite Cardinals players. His name is Lars Nootbaar. And when he gets a hit, home run, when he's up at bat or gets a base hit, the Cardinals fans will say, "Not, huh? I didn't know about that." Wow, we got 12 people watching. This must be a record. Why doesn't the stadium have a roof? You don't call it Hot Lanta for nothing. We got a player from Germany. See, that's one. See that? This is why I like this broadcast more. It shows you what countries are the players from. And also, this broadcast is very simple, if you know what I mean. And I like it like that. The Fox broadcast has like more advertisement. I mean, I get it. It is what it is, but this version doesn't really do that stuff. Plus, we got Matt Vasgersian, a well-known voice.
Is it the element of surprise? That's to Witt, who has only one chance, and not much of a chance at that. Runs pretty well. Runners at first and third now with nobody out. That's what Dave Roberts was talking about, right? He's a winning player. He's a guy that can do it all. He puts the ball in play.
It's like they're booing him, but it's a nice way by saying not. Huh. Interesting.
Here we are, no odds once again for the National League.
Well, there's a Cardinals player for you.
Pete Alonso, who lined to first in his first at bat. And Pete Alonso, talking to him, he's looking to go left center. That's his bread and butter until two strikes. Up the middle, left
From the
center.
USA. I got my USA hat. Yep.
This is likely Alonso's last at bat. And he's going to make the most.
Uh-oh.
High drive to right.
It's gone. 3-run home run.
5-0 National League.
Shooting fireworks, even though the Atlanta Braves rival. Yeah. Yeah. You got to cheer. You got to cheer for your. Braves fans, go ahead, cheer for a Mets player.
77 RBIs. It's a fastball at the heart of the plate. Short swing, wanting to extend. He can go deep to anywhere on this field.
Yeah, he's a great home run hitter.
How about that right there? Here's a Eugenio Suarez.
The pitch clock's too fast for me. That's just me.
The Mets party. The first homer by a Met in an All-Star game since David Wright took Kenny Rogers deep in 2006. Yeah, this is just a beautiful swing, right? Short, top of the zone.
You saw Brendan Donovan for the Cardinals.
Oh, Pete Alonso, we've seen that all throughout the first half. 1-1 to Suarez. On the ground for Chisholm. And as the smoke clears literally from the fireworks,
Jeez, how much fireworks did they shoot?
just pure aggression. Backside connection. He knew it. As soon as he hit it, he knew it. It just sounds different for Pete Alonso. He's been in the home run derby in the past.
Yeah, he's been in like 3 home run derbies, or 4 of them. He won it twice, I believe.
Oh, that's gotta feel good. We have a new leader yonder. For All-Star Game MVPs. Usually those late guys.
The Cardinals got Wilson Contreras in 2023. I think I've heard of him. I think I've heard of that player. Do you remember Tim McCarver, the announcer? Well, he used to play for the Cardinals a long time ago in the old days. And he used to be Joe Buck's partner for Fox. That was clearly the best era for MLB on Fox, having those guys as the announcers. And 2013 was McCarver's last World Series as a broadcaster, and I remember watching that live at the time. And then he became a part-time Cardinals announcer. Have I ever heard of Harry Carey? Yes. The Carey family. Yeah, those. You got Harry Carey, Chip Carey, and Skip Carey. Yeah, Chip Carey. Okay, I didn't want to get mixed up between the Careys. Yeah, Chip Carey used to be the Braves announcer until, well, like a few years ago, and then he moved to the St. Louis Cardinals. Yeah, Harry Carey. The grandson is Chip Carey. It's kind of like Joe Buck and his father, Jack Buck. Kenny Albert and his father, Marv Albert. Ian Eagle, his son, Noah Eagle. Yeah.
16 starts, 93. He's been unbelievable.
Was that a Rockies player up at bat?
9+ wins before the half.
Yeah, they had
Has been the 1-2 punch, right?
the rule. One of the rules. This is kind of a weird rule. You have to have at least one player on the All-Star team. So the worst team, the Colorado Rockies, you got to have one player.
Changes a couple of innings ago and has already played 2 different outfield positions. Carroll, a 2-time All-Star. A little bit more on Mize because it really has been quite a journey for him. Arm surgery, back surgeries, plural. And last year,
Did I know that? Oh my gosh, my phone keeps moving. You know, it's just that I really don't like I really don't like that heart at the bottom right. It blocks the messages. It's so stupid.
that's right. It's been great. Crochet pitched on Saturday.
Okay. Did I know that Fernando Tatis Jr.'s dad hit 2 grand slams in 1 inning? No, I did not know that. I've never heard of that actually. Another home run? Corbin Carroll.
Second nationally homer of the inning. 6-0 for the senior circuit.
Man, this is unusual for the National League in the All-Star game.
Doesn't miss it. Made adjustments earlier this year with his hands, lowering his hands a little bit, getting more connected, staying through that baseball. My goodness, that ball left the yard in a hurry. Hanging little baby cutter slugger. Well, he knew it right away. He's going to take a peek at his dugout. Oh, what a miss.
I just saw a Chick-fil-A sign that says "Eat more chicken," and I used the Chick-fil-A barbecue sauce.
Facing last year against Seth Lugo, leading off the 7th inning around the same spot in the game as we're at tonight. Elliott, 2-time All-Star. And another guy who, not unlike
This player,
is here by virtue of a
he's super fast.
had a stretch in the middle of the month for a homer in 4 straight, all in 2 strikes to him. Para Sabana Grande de Boya, República Dominicana. You say that, man? I don't want to offend anybody. Dominican Republic. Yes. I'll say it as this one is a Grigo. And my strikes out De La Cruz to get out of the inning. Now before some damage. 2 homers and 4 runs gives the National League a commanding 6-0 lead. And after a short break, we'll head down to the field for a very special tribute to Hank Aaron.
Yeah, maybe the National League will win this, but somehow the American League can come back. They say it's not over until it's over, just like in tennis. Yep. Anyways, usually after the All-Star game, the season gets more interesting, especially, towards October, the postseason. Oh, we got a new viewer tuned in. Hello there, Pine Belt Predator Catcher. You will be there in September to see Atlanta and Nationals play. Oh. What city? What stadium? In The one in Atlanta or the one in DC? Uh-oh, the lights are completely gone out. We lost power. Undertaker's gonna show up. Yeah, I've heard of Hank Aaron. My father is old enough to remember this player. Dang, how did they do this? It's crazy technology. It's like a movie we're watching. The Hank Aaron movie. Wow. Eh, I've heard of that call before. It's a famous one. Some announcers that have that iconic call. People say that he is the best home run hitter ever. Not Barry Bonds, because you know of what Barry Bonds did.
People can look at me and say, he's a great baseball player, but he was even a greater human being.
Oh wow, that was their old uniforms back then. Okay.
A big deal. And you deserve something equal.
Well, that was a cool little tribute to Hank Aaron. Pine Belt Predator catcher says, "Got to root for my boy, Dylan Cruz. Go Tigers." They're in Atlanta at Truist Park. My buddy is there now behind home plate. Row 7. What? Wow, that's crazy. Yep. Dylan Cruz, I do remember that player when they won the College World Series in 2023. And Paul Skeens. T-Bone asks, do I still miss... Yes, I still miss that announcer. I'm sure a lot of people do. Whether if you're an athletics fan or not. He has an older brother that does the San Francisco Giants TV games. A well-known voice. The announcer, he's the one that called Barry Bonds' historic home run. I actually just saw that clip from the other night because it was on my recommendations on YouTube. I really hate this heart at the bottom right. Why is it there blocking the message? Why can't it be right here? There's nothing. You see that? It should be right there. The heart should be right there. in between live chat and top fans. That's where it should be. Nope. Let's have it right here, blocking some of the message. I don't understand that. That used to not be there. Pine Belt says, I used to go see Smokey Joe Williams and Cool Papa Balls, or excuse me, Papa Bell's memorials in St. Louis, T-Bone. You lived in Clayton. T-Bone says, what if somehow his brother ends up slipping out that word on the air sometime? Oh my gosh. I hope not. I don't think so. What if I said it and then somehow YouTube terminates my channel? Oh, let's not even think about that.
As we set the story in the seventh, Alejandro Kirk takes the first pitch he sees from Adrian Morimone in center field. Let's talk about one of the three primary relievers in the game here. And a favorite reliever, Morimone. First career All-Star selection, he's been fantastic. I mean, they've used him in the fifth inning, they can use him in the seventh, in the eighth. He's closed out some games, but opponents are hitting 172. 1 point for the San Diego Padres. This was their guy. They felt like this guy was going to start games for them. They've adjusted with him. They told him, hey, we're going to go out of the pen, and he's been fantastic for the San Diego Padres. Hold on to Jonathan Aranda, first-time All-Star. Matt Olson takes over at first base. Per the plan, he's going to go the rest of the way in his position. It has been a great 2025 for Jonathan Aranda, who's now in front 2-0. First-time All-Star, as we mentioned. He won the player vote at first base, beating even Vladimir.
Got a player from Mexico.
And if you just look at it statistically,
Mexico was a great team in the World Baseball Classic in 2023.
this was a guy who shuttled back and forth between AAA and big leagues. Trying to pick up a childhood friend.
And I'm really looking forward to that next year.
Born Alejandro Kirk, Mexican-born Jonathan Aranda. And then Tijuana, Mexico. We got back-to-back Mexicans getting in at bat, and Kirk and Aranda. Kirk has even acknowledged that he's always had a beautiful swing. It's just a matter of time. Good line and fastball. They're left. Full count now. So I'll tell you a story. I faced Adrian Morimone in 2020. He pulled the number ball, but I did my duties against him. He was tipping pitches. The reason I noticed was because I could tell with his form when he would grip a different pitch. Got to talk with him afterwards, and I said, from here on out, you got to wear long sleeves. All the hitters can pick up when you're switching your grip. From here on out, ever since, he's worn long sleeves. You can see him change the. I faced him twice. I hit 2 home runs. As he was throwing the pitch, I was naming out what he was about to throw. He said, "How did you know?" He said, "Well, I can see when you're switching grips." But anyhow, here he is as an All-Star. Congratulations to one of the best. Well, switching grips is switching pitchers, and Doc Roberts came out and said, "I got to make a move. I got to get everybody in the game." He's running up. Bring that back.
Did you guys know that 1 year there was an MLB All-Star game that ended in a tie? I don't know if any of y'all know that. That was back in 2002, I believe. And that was very bizarre. They end the game in a tie because they ran out of pitchers. Yep. And the fans were, when they made that announcement that the game was over, the fans were booing. They hated that. They hated that decision. And then the following year, the league, the commissioner at the time, they made a decision. Oh, yeah, the winner of the All-Star game, the winning league of the All-Star game, gets home field advantage in the World Series. I did not like that idea. I did not like that idea. So they used that for like the next 10 years, and then I think it was in 2017 they finally stopped having it like that, where the winning league gets home field advantage in the World Series. To me, it should always be the team that has the better win-loss record getting home field advantage. That's how it should always be, okay? So, but I guess you can say that when the All-Star game had that format where the winning league gets home field advantage, I guess back then the All-Star game really meant something because they were trying their hardest. But now, I mean, yeah, the players, they still try, but it's really just an exhibition game. So that's why to be honest, I don't really care which league wins, you know. It's kind of the same thing every year, but at least it's not a joke. It's not a joke like the NFL Pro Bowl, you know, or even the NBA All-Star Game. I've heard people were criticizing that. The only thing they were criticizing about this was the players were wearing ugly uniforms. So I'm glad they stopped wearing that. Home run. Wow. He said, Matt Vasgersian, Santa Maria. I like that. That's his signature. Santa Maria. More fireworks. I did say earlier, somehow the American League can come back, and that's what they're doing. Another home run. Athletics.
Got into the break having allowed only one home run in over 40 innings. And that dinger by Brent Rooker is the first A's homer in an All-Star game.
Oh, look, now I see the smoke. What the heck? Look, now it's smoky. What are y'all doing? Look how smoky it looks. Would it look like this if they had a roof? Maybe so. I don't know. That's cool. You got the Canadian flag there as well. Chris Berman, when he used to do the home run derby, he would say back, 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 back. That was his signature, the back, 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 back. You better don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt, Buxton.
see him stay healthy. And the Georgia native
Oh, not quite.
settles into the glove of Kyle Stowers despite the loud contact. And that's the first out of the inning. Sure was loud. Fastball middle in, kind of a little
Hey, another new person.
his hands, but man, oh man.
Wind Eagle. What's my World Series prediction? Well, before the season began, I did say it would be the Philadelphia Phillies against the Boston Red Sox. Oh, wow. I mean, I guess that's still a possibility, but it's always hard. It's always hard to predict.
Missed you there. He's running too fast, can't hang on. He goes on first move right there. I mean, there's no way. Good to throw him out. That's what Michael Garcia does. That's what he brings to the Royals.
But if that's the World Series, Phillies and Red Sox, then I'm going to cheer for the Phillies because the Red Sox are my second least favorite team.
2 balls and no strikes. Here's the thing with Rodriguez. He goes so hard, it's deceptive to pick up. Kind of have to guess a little bit. Get this ball out in front. There's a good chance he's going to get another heater here, Bobby Witt. Oh, I love that graphic. Shortstop, third base combo at the All-Star game at the same time for just the third time in franchise history. How cool is that? Should be America's shortstop. World Baseball Classics, right? 2 balls and 2 strikes. Back up the middle. Donovan gets to it. It's good enough to bring in a run, and it's a 6-4 ball game. All of a sudden, you got a whoop and a blast, and that's the tie.
Man, it was 6-0. Now it's 6-4.
Getting a little interesting, Matty. A 3-run homer for both sides.
Pine Belt says my buddy JoJo Parker was just drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays, and his brother was drafted by the Diamondbacks. Wow, that's fantastic.
Really get you to thinking now about the outcome. Chisholm sends it
Oh, wow.
That is likely to be scored as an error on the hometown kid. A little bit of a tough hot now.
Five Taylor says I can't lie. That missed throw was funny to see. It was kind of funny to see.
Got it. Bahamian with really good speed going down the line. He can smell it, right? He can smell that barrel, that
Oh, so you're not watching the game, T-Bone?
just a tough play all around. I would think it would be scored a hit, man. Really? It's the All-Star game. You're probably right. It's the hometown guy. I've seen an All-Star error on a Braves in Atlanta. No way. It should be a hit all the way. And it was, in fact, scored as a base hit. And it looks like Dave Roberts is going to have another change in mind here. Stephen Kwan scheduled. Kwan will be making his first appearance tonight at the plate. And he's going to do so against somebody other than Randy Rodriguez. Brewers closer Trevor McGill up and ready to get into the game. We're going to have another pitching change, and we'll be right back.
You are, but you can't see the inning from here. Wait, what do you mean by that? All-Star game is usually a low-scoring game anyways, and that makes the game quicker, especially with the pitch clock. But I guess this one is a little bit higher scoring. What you're saying is that the inning that we are in is far away from what you see and you can't read it. Oh, then that means you're not sitting close to your TV. At least, I can see it. This is my bedroom TV, by the way. This is the same TV that I was using for when I was watching the UFL championship game. You're watching it on here. You're talking about just this stream.
Innings of 2-4 of this 33 innings with 43 punches. Huh, is that good? Well, that's one of those things. It was his goal coming into spring training this year, is making this All-Star game. Kept it to himself, no question about it. He felt like there was a chance to close out games. Milwaukee Brewers, right? And if they continue to add on as the next guy that's out of some of the best coaches that come out of Milwaukee.
Umpires got different hats on.
Chisholm bouncing all around at first base. He's running.
100 miles per hour.
And that gets McGill and the National League out of a tough inning. 4 for the American Leaguers has really tightened this one up. It's just a 2-run game as we're in the 7th inning stretch. And we're going to stay here for God Bless America.
Okay, time to get up and stretch. Yeah, I'm stretching. I guess I'll go for a quick bathroom break as well.
Major League Baseball invites all of our guests to please rise and sing along.
Alright, guys, I'll be back in a bit.
America's freedom with the singing of God Bless America.
Ooh, look at that tuxedo.
By Braves opera tenor Timothy Miller.
Oh, man. Boy, that was some God Bless America performance. Looking great in that tuxedo. Mid-season classic? You mean the midsummer classic? Because this is technically not. The regular season is technically more than halfway over.
Designated role. So the idea of running a starter out there in a high leverage situation with a two-run game on the board might be a little uncomfortable for that guy.
Yeah, at this point right now into this game, you're thinking about the outs, right? Who could be the high leverage guy? Usually towards the end of that, you pop. These are the guys, like the guy here on the mound, Carlos Estevez. He's used to moments like this, right? 41 games, 25 saves. This is what you want. High leverage situations, late in games. Give me your best.
Kyle Stowers, the first to face it, making his first plate appearance of the night, batting number 9. Followed by the top of the order, Shohei Ohtani, and then Kyle Schwarber. That is in the absence of more changes. There's only one nationally positioned player who hasn't appeared in the game, and that's James Wood. And it's an unfortunate role to occupy, but managers need to be safe and keep at least one bat on the bench until the very late stages of the game. In case of extra innings, tie game. Ball and 2 strikes to Stowers, who's had an amazing year. Southern California native.
Pine Belt says, I'm ready for the WBC. Yes, I am too. I'm hoping to go to a game in Houston. I think I can. Obviously, I got to go see Team USA. You know I'm going to wear this hat. Yep. I have like 10 USA shirts. Obviously the big game is Team USA against Team Mexico. That's going to be a sellout. A lot of Mexicans live in Houston anyways. So I might not go to that one. I might go see Team USA play Team Great Britain. Yeah, they're in that same group. Venezuela's also in that group as well. And Brazil. Yeah, Brazil has a team. They're going to be in it too. So that's interesting. Wow. Oh, man. It's a lot of home runs in the last 3 seasons for those players. Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani are tied at 130. Oh, Yadi Molina will be managing Puerto Rico. I did not know that. Yeah, I do remember he's Puerto Rican.
These are the 2 homers that gave the National League the 4-run sixth. Pete Alonso with nobody out, 2 men on, and then Corbin Carroll with nobody on and 2 men out.
Yeah, Puerto Rico's usually pretty good. Especially, oh man, it's always a must-watch when they play Dominican Republic. I assume they're in the same group again. I think Canada's in that group too. Of course, you got Cuba. And I think Panama's in that too. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because that's always fun to watch. Yeah, they got hot with each other. That's like their rivalry, huh?
I think so. It's that good slider right there by Esteves. Look at Tatis. Slider was up in the zone right there. You want to swing at those. He's looking at it like, man, how did I miss that?
This is signature pitch. As Brendan Donovan almost takes out some teammates with that foul ball. We talked about the countries represented here at the All-Star.
Got a German player playing for the Cardinals.
Here is the man representing Germany.
Worst player?
I've never seen a German player in baseball.
You look at me like I'm a Fielders guy. I've never been there. Either. You give me a lot of credit, dude. That sounded pretty good, though. I'm going to give it to you.
Yeah, someone broke their leg celebrating. Yeah, I think his name is Diaz. Played for the New York Mets, and yeah, I do remember that. That was really sad. And people were criticizing that they should just get rid of the World Baseball Classic as a whole. Ugh.
0-2 from Esteves. He loves his slider. Doesn't he? Oh, he sure does.
It's a good one. At times he falls in love with it, though.
Yes, Diaz. Yeah, isn't he Puerto Rican too?
Miles an hour. But yeah, when he feels that slider, he definitely falls in love with it.
Wow, that might be worth touching your cap if you're Esteves.
Well, with 2 outs,
You was not one of those people.
I would have done it. I mean, that's a good.
You love the WBC.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Donovan takes it.
Yeah, and then after that injury, he was out for the season.
And I think Esteves is thinking
I mean, that's just ridiculous. This year, Garrett Cole is out for the season. New York Yankees pitcher. Seems like every year there are some players that are out, not playing the whole season. That sucks.
Just 45 minutes from here. Grew up in Atlanta. Favorite team was the Atlanta Braves. Oh, just gets him there. Just absolutely misses it.
also was an all-star with the Oakland
T-Bone asks, do I still like Ken Rosenthal?
All-Star in his first year as a player.
I guess so, but I don't really watch or listen to the Fox broadcast much.
And is behind 0-2.
But I saw him. He was on there. He would always wear a bow tie.
Hard worker shows up early.
He would always wear a bow tie. That's his thing. Yeah, I like him. I also like the other reporter, Tom Verducci.
There's a kid named Manos in AAA. He'll probably have your job. Well, he was right.
And he's locked up as Esteves got the fastball past his knees. And Carlos Esteves showing some emotion.
I like the MLB, this theme music. Bum, 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 you know? I like that. I like that theme. Man, do y'all remember, Bob Costas? I've always liked Bob Costas. He used to be on NBC Sports for many years until after the 2018 Belmont Stakes, the Triple Crown horse racing. I think that was his last assignment on NBC. Pretty much ever since he left, Mike Tirico took over, and I've always liked Mike Tirico as well. But Bob Costas also calls baseball games, or he used to call MLB games on MLB Network. yeah, like years ago they would broadcast like some games on Friday night. This is obviously they don't do that anymore. Now it's Apple TV Plus that broadcasts Friday night baseball games. But yeah, I've always liked Bob Costas, and for a few years, Bob was part of TBS's postseason coverage. I remember last year he did the I think it was the Kansas City Royals, New York Yankees, American League Division Series in the postseason, and I heard his voice. I think that was his last. That was his last series that he called. Back in the old days, before MLB on Fox was a thing, the World Series would be on NBC, and he was the announcer. And I think Bob Euchre was one of the announcers as well.
After making five appearances.
Five Tear says sometimes I get Tom Verducci mixed up with Tom Rinaldi. I remember Tom Rinaldi. He used to be on ESPN, mainly for college football games. Is he at the game? Are both Toms there? Wait, no, I don't think he's there. Right? He usually does NFL games. Actually, I think Tom Rinaldi was at WrestleMania. I think I saw him at WrestleMania, the kickoff show.
I wouldn't think this would be the last All-Star we'll see from him. Nonetheless, though, he's taking the game by storm. He's one of the young up-and-coming pitchers in our game. The stuff is real. It's All-Star worthy. Yes, he's only
We have 14 people watching. Well, that's a record. I can't believe this. I can't believe we got this many.
he's been an absolute weapon.
Jeez, this pitcher, the triple digits. Man.
Rosarena, Kirk, and Aranda. As we're into the reserves here late in the game, Randy puts
Oh my gosh. Oh.
sneaks up on it to make the catch just shy of the wall.
Wow.
And exhale, Miz. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is that great pitcher for the Brewers. Yeah.
Just gets in on him just a little bit. Randy's June has been incredible. The beginning of July has been incredible. And there again, he puts on a good charge. He's thinking, wow, I just missed that.
So here's Alejandro Kirk, single scored in his
Man, 102?
leading off the seventh.
It's crazy.
30-run homer. And by the way, Younger, this is the first ever All-Star game that has included multiple 3-run homers.
So far, Miz has only thrown one ball under 100. Everything else.
That's his second pitch that was under 100 miles an hour. Crazy. Or miles per hour.
It's just, the stuff is real.
Pine Belt says, gotta get in the shower, y'all. Been a long way. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for the stream and great conversation. All right, Pine Belt Predator Catcher. I thank you for tuning in, and I'm glad you enjoyed this.
I mean, you can dream big when it comes to a guy like this.
Still gonna watch from the shower. Wait, how can you watch something from the shower? Is your phone waterproof? My phone is not. Just gonna watch, still gonna watch from the shower. Just gonna close the chat and zoom in. Oh, zoom in on my TV? So I guess, oh, okay then. Whatever works. Five Tear says, yeah, it's Rosenthal and Verducci there for Fox, yeah. They've always been there for many years. And Rinaldi does work for Fox NFL. Okay.
So Jonathan Arand has seen the one-on-one. You're a left-handed hitting first baseman. What are you thinking right now against a guy like this? I gotta swing.
T-Bone asks, did I see your message about the MLB on Fox theme? Yes, I did. I guess that's the one good thing about the MLB on Fox is that they brought back the original theme. I don't know why they got rid of it for so long, and then they finally brought it back in 2020, the COVID year. And then before that, they were using the NFL on Fox soundtrack, which, yeah, we all like that soundtrack, but I do like the MLB on Fox soundtrack as well. All right. Let's get a home run. Let's get a home run to tie this up. What if they did? That'll be great. Huh. Man, Detroit Tigers, they are a great team. Years ago, they were like the worst team. Their manager, A.J. Hinch, used to be the Houston Astros manager. National League got 2 errors, even though they're winning. But yeah, so for the past couple of years, T-Bone says this year the Rockies are a very easy team to beat. Yeah, I guess they should be, but sometimes they'll win a game. They'll surprise you if they, you know. I heard that they beat the Astros 2 out of 3. So I guess I could not say the same thing. And then what? After that, the Houston Astros swept the LA Dodgers at Dodger Stadium, the World Series champions. Now that is surprising. And the game on Friday night, 4th of July, they scored what, 18 runs? That's insane. And then I think after that they got swept by the Cleveland Guardians. So yeah, Houston Astros are having a pretty weird season. I wonder if the Rockies are still going to break the record for the most losses in modern era history after the White Sox did that last year. If that really happens, I don't even know what to say. It's like I kind of want it to happen. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Is that Ronald Reagan, the former president of the United States? It looks like it's him. Yeah, I think he was the president back in 1989. What the heck? What stadium was that? Wait, I'm gonna look that up right now. 1989 MLB All-Star Game. Where was that game at? I assume that stadium is no longer. I assume wherever that's whatever stadium that was, it's no longer a stadium. I bet. 1989. Oh, it's the California Angels. Okay, well, never mind. I was wrong. It's the same stadium, but I remember that I think they renovated the stadium. Yeah, same stadium, Anaheim Stadium, or Angel Stadium. Oh, well, it used to be called Anaheim Stadium. Now it's called Angel Stadium. That is a pretty old stadium, but they renovated it.
July here in the All-Star game. Pretty remarkable story. Yeah, undrafted as an amateur. I mean, that's
Wind Eagle says someone should check AJ Hinch for cameras. I'm just joking, haha. Showing you what good managers can do. Yeah, I've always liked them. Oh, that's bad. Ugh. Bro, that is not good. What if they start fighting? What if he charges the mound? Now that would be funny. That would be funny. I don't know if that's ever happened in an All-Star game. Maybe in the old days. Back when the All-Star game really meant something. Or an ejection in the All-Star game, that would be funny too. Oh gosh. I can't imagine what that feels like. Ugh. Ouch. Obviously, you can tell when the pitcher hits a batter on purpose. Clearly, that was not on purpose. That was an accident. Man. He's playing for the Walgreens.
Aaron Judge, but from the left side. This is who he is. Power to all fields. He loves to go to left center. Hits it to left center like a
Also, do y'all know Tony Kornheiser from Pardon the Interruption? Washington Nationals, that's his favorite team. And I would listen to his podcast, and he would talk about the Nationals. Man, He just turned 77. He does not look like he's that old, or he doesn't sound like he's that old either. He's one of my favorites. Everyone likes that show. Pardon the interruption. PTI.
Schwarber has catching experience.
I wouldn't think so.
Who's going to get back there then? I don't have another candidate.
Do I know Yordan Alvarez, T-Bone? Yes, I do. He's like the best hitter on the Houston Astros, but unfortunately he's hurt.
Chopper third, Garcia to Whit.
If he wasn't hurt, he might be playing in this game.
We're about to find out. And now Eugenio Suarez can get his hand looked at and hurt us.
Oh, hello. Welcome back, Pine Belt. Waterproof phone? Oh, well, that's good for you.
Hey, Joe Torre is making a mound visit.
There we go.
Joe Torre.
His honorary coach out there to make a pitching change.
I think he's about to turn 85. That's crazy. I actually listened to him earlier today on the Michael Kay show. He sounded great. That's where it buffers right when they're going to commercial. At least it's not buffering during the game. That's dedication to the stream. Awesome. Okay. Well, you didn't really miss much, so that's good for you. But yeah, guys, I would listen to these sports talk podcasts because I do like doing that. And that's kind of how I got into doing my own sports talk podcast on this channel. So, here's the main thing that I have. So I have ESPN app. You can listen to podcasts on the ESPN app for free. There's just no video, it's just audio. But that's what radio is. Radio is audio. I also got Amazon Music, not only just for music, but also for podcasts as well. But clearly the number one app for sports podcasts, talk shows, music is SiriusXM, and this is my library. See, I added all these to my library, so sometimes I would mention these shows, and yep, some of the MLB teams are on here. I added them. I added some MLB teams because I've heard of their announcers before. Yeah, baseball, I think, is the best sport to listen to on radio. Because, it's not much action anyways. Yeah, that's what I did. Last year's World Series, for example, was John Sterling's last season with the New York Yankees. So I listened to the Yankees radio broadcast of the World Series instead of actually watching it.
Not to mention one of the true gentlemen of the sport. Sure is.
And the guy who replaced him,
He's the new pitcher for the American League.
his name is Dave Sims.
One away facing Corbin Carroll.
Dave Sims used to be the TV play-by-play announcer for the Seattle Mariners.
Selection. As good as advertised.
So yeah,
37 games.
he's well known.
He's a part of the Seattle Mariners. Bomberos.
Pine Belt says I have the voice for it. Oh my, for this channel.
Great. Next team in as well. Quiet in the clubhouse.
What if I become an announcer?
He is as loud as it gets. Corbin Carroll.
If I do, I don't know. What would it be? Maybe, I don't know. That's a good question.
He was all over
Maybe pro wrestling.
It was four balls before 3 strikes kind of attitude as a hitter. Man, he has been unbelievable.
Man,
Ever Mariners reliever.
imagine being a hockey announcer. Man, hockey announcers are great. Because hockey is a crazy sport. Yes, you can listen to hockey games on the radio. I've done that before. My favorite is Don LaGreca. Don LaGreca, I heard the news that he's now going to be... I think he's going to be the new TV voice of the New Jersey Devils. So that's... Congratulations to Don LaGreca on that. And he has a brother, a younger brother named Dave LaGreca. He's a huge pro wrestling fan, and I would listen to his show called Busted Open on Sirius XM.
Game was played in D.C. that year. And Ellie De La Cruz is a well-timed base hit or a big fly away from making this a rival to that one.
Does William like sports? No.
De La Cruz struck out in the 6th inning.
Well, I think about him when he's on that fastball kind of starts knee high. As a hitter, you give up on it.
Pine Belt says, absolutely, I love Cardinals radio network in St. Louis. Awesome. Yeah, I added that to my library.
Batters who's got wheels, double plays not really in order. Let him swing away 3-0 here. To be loud.
It's a terrific list. All-star games through in age 20.
At least you didn't say I have the face for radio. Heh.
Ellie flares a drive into the opposite field.
Do I have the face for TV? Yep.
There are 2 guns.
Hold on a second. Boy, Eddie got a good pitch to hit right there, right?
Yeah, for the past couple of years, I would listen to some of these games on radio during the postseason because I like some of the radio announcers more than the TV announcers. That's just me. So even though I can't see the game, but at least I can hear it. Hearing the game is better than nothing.
Right? One pitch where you're guessing, and after that you kind of go to yourself. Figure it out.
Man, even this pitcher throwing it at triple digits, 101 miles per hour. These pitchers are crazy throwing it that fast. 99. It's kind of like in tennis. Tennis players serving the ball that over like 120 miles per hour. Gosh. How do you return that? It's like how do these batters hit the ball that fast? I know.
2-2 the counts of Kyle Stowers.
100% agree with me. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying this stream. I can't believe we still got 10 people watching. What if I do my own radio voice for this game? Should I do it? I guess I'll do it. The 95th annual MLB All-Star Game. 6-4, bottom of the 8th. 3-2 pitch. He swings, and it's going into foul territory. We got first and second with 2 outs. 6-4, National League. Will the American League make a comeback? It's possible. Yes, my name is Keith. I'm announcing at least one more pitch. Ooh, it's a strike 3 call by home plate umpire Dan Iasonia to end the 8th inning. We're going to the top of the 9th inning. Last chance for the American League. 6-4, National League. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Wow. Some umpires would not call that, but some of them do. Every umpire's different. Got a different strike zone. Do any of y'all miss Joe West or Angel Hernandez? Yep, they're two well-known umpires because they were like the two most hated umpires. But Angel is a lot worse than Joe. I think we can all agree on that. I kind of miss them, to be honest with you. You know what? They should be in the video game. Why not? Have those guys be in the video game. Do y'all know Charles Robinson, WWE referee? He's in the video game. Yep. Pine Belt says, "Hell no!" T-Bone says, "What about Doug Eddings and Bill Miller?" I've seen them before. They used to be on the same crew. But now they're both crew chiefs. We would see those guys in the playoffs, which means they are pretty good umpires. A lot of times you don't see Angel in the playoffs because he's the most hated umpire, you know? Oh, speaking of Angel, yeah, you don't see the Anaheim Angels in the playoffs either. Yeah, just have Angel umpire Angels games. I guess that would make sense. I better announce the rest of the ninth. Oh my gosh. Really? I don't know. I don't know if I can. I haven't been practicing. Oh gosh. Hey, if I get MLB The Show, the video game, I think I can practice doing that. Because there's a setting where you can mute the announcers.
Shot to raise that trophy. And it's down to last list for the American Leaguers as they send up Michael Garcia.
Will the American League come back? I mean, you're only down by 2 runs, so... Hey, got a Colorado Rockies player.
Exclusion. If you're a catcher or entering and exiting the ballgame, right? I would think so. Okay, pinch hit for a catcher.
I got it. You got faith in me? Oh my goodness.
How about that? 28 saves, though. Most by the National League closers. It is so much fun to watch because where pitchers.
What if I copy someone's announcing voice? Now that would be pretty hard. Uh-oh. Oh. Dang, that was close.
That's what the fastball does. It's a light fastball. 100 miles an hour. Hitters can't pick it up. When they do, they're just a bit tardy.
What if I do Joe Davis's voice? That'll be impossible.
The thing is, they all have good fastballs. The common denominator with them is they all
I kind of did Matt Vasgersian's voice when he said Santa Maria. I'm not sure how he got that Santa Maria home run calls. Oh, he got the out.
big smile right there. Yeah, I can do it. Every Houston hand he got hit. He got hit on that left hand. He says, okay, well,
I sort of hope they do come back. Why not?
my chopper, Michael Garcia gets down the line.
This game was 6-0. Remember, guys? This game was 6-0 after 6 innings.
The other kid got hit or not. That was his only shot. Oh, they're going to be talking about that for years to come. All 3 Venezuelans on
D Rose is mainly a soccer fan. I'm not really a soccer fan. Byron Buxton, don't get hurt, brother. This guy gets hurt too much. There we go. Oh, safe. He got it. He made it. All right, let's hit a home run. Tie this game up. Whoever's up next. I heard he is a fast runner too. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna say something after the game's over, or right when the game's over. This just popped in my mind, so let's, whenever this game ends. All right, home run. Let's get a home run. There we go. It's got to get a run. Yeah. All right. 1-run game. Ooh. Now it's a 1-run game. 6-5. Can you imagine if the American League takes the lead after being down 6-0? That's happened before. Oh, pitcher change. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know why the channel always buffers right when they're going to commercial. Wow. So, will they come back? Will they come back? You know what? I know what to do. Hang on a second, folks. I posted a question. Will the American League tie the game or take the lead in the 9th? Will that happen? Do I want that to happen? I actually do. I actually do want that to happen. I think that'll be exciting. It's always exciting when a comeback happens. Wow, this stream's almost 3 hours, which means the game is almost 3 hours. So will the American League tie the game / take the lead in 9th? So far, 50-50. We'll see what happens. We've got 12 people watching. Crazy. Hey, Roblox Gamer, how are you doing? Pine Belt says we need some Smashing Pumpkins background music. Ah, yeah, you see that poster right there. That's my favorite album. I grew up listening to that album. I would usually listen to that album on around the 4th of July. That album just turned 18 years old, so yeah, I was listening to that album as a tradition. Oh my gosh. Wow.
He can't believe it.
That's crazy. Now we got a runner on third.
Jackson's looking at him, Matt Olson saying, "Come on, man." Wow. We know he's a gold glover. It's a one-hopper shot to his left.
Wow.
All the time in the world after that. Absolute rocket. Wow. For how big he is, 6'5", 6'6" frame. He moves like he's 6 feet tall. Jazz can't believe it. And now the last chance for the American League lies with Steve.
It's weird. I can post a question or a poll from my laptop, but not from my phone. That's kind of weird.
I was just getting ready to say, what a nightmare for Braves fans. That Pete Alonso might be the MVP and Edwin Diaz closes the game. Matt Olson saves the day. Matt Olson puts a Braves narrative
Olsen is a beast. Yeah.
nails down to their final strike. You're Edwin Diaz here. You're going to want to put the ball in place. He is a factor here. The 1-2.
Man. Oh, there's Diaz. I just realized that's Diaz on the mound, the player who got hurt after celebrating from the 2023 World Baseball Classic. That's just crazy. Got hurt, out for the season. Like, what the heck? How does that happen? I managed to eat all my food right before the game's over. It took me, what, like 2 hours to eat my full meal? Which means I wasn't that hungry, that's why. I was eating it slowly but surely. Alright, Diaz. If the National League wins, you better just run away. Run away so you won't get hurt if y'all are gonna celebrate.
Stephen Kwan's got the lowest strikeout rate in the American League. As Matt already said, one of the best contact bats in the sport. I would be shocked if he throws a slider here if not strikeouts. 2-2. Kwan puts it in play. That's going to be a tough chance for Suarez. Bare hand.
Game's tied! Yes. Game's not over. We got more baseball. Look how fast he's running. Oh, he knew it. He knew he's going to be safe. He knew he was going to be safe. This game is exciting now. Yeah, no jumping, Diaz. Oh my gosh, what if they take the lead? Oh, he stole second. If they... Hey, it's the Miami Marlins superfan, that guy. I remember him. Yeah, this dude, you'll see him at the World Series. He's a super fan. He's one of those super rich fan guys. Ooh. Wow.
This is a pitcher challenge.
Thinking about having an argument here. It's a great place to use a challenge. It's 0-2. You got the go-ahead run at second. And he gets it. He gets his strikeout on the challenge.
See, I don't know. See, people are not going to like that, but that's the end of the top of the ninth. It's going to be really weird once robot umpires are fully introduced. See, he didn't call that a strike. I guess Angel Hernandez would call that a strike, so... Man, his strike zone's all over the place. Huh. All right. Guess I'll end this poll. Now I'm going to post one more. Which league will win now? Now that the game is tied, which league will win now? American or National? You make your vote. So I guess if this goes into extra innings, we're gonna have that stupid rule, the ghost runner. I think we will, sadly, but I'm just glad they're not using that in the playoffs. Now we got 15 people watching. My gosh, guys, I thank y'all so much for you somehow found my stream. Pine Belt says the yeses win by a walk-off home run. Yeses. The yeses win. The Yankees win? That's what John Sterling would say after a Yankees victory. Oh my gosh, look at that old footage from 1941. Dang. Alright. Oh, more people are picking the National League to win. I did pick the National League to win. I did say that in my last episode of KSN. Oh, we got Aroldis Chapman. I remember this player. Now he's on the Red Sox. Left-hander. I remember he played for the Cincinnati Reds, the Chicago Cubs, the New York Yankees. Wow. He was like the first player that I remember seeing throwing the ball at over 100 miles per hour. It's nuts. Now, a lot more players, a lot more pitchers can do that now. It's insane. Ooh. Oh, wow. Huh. Red Sox, Phillies. Well, that was my World Series prediction. I guess that's still a possibility. Ooh, a high. That was kind of a high strike call, but. Whew. Oh. Okay. It would be interesting if I somehow become a home plate umpire. I would like to see how that goes, just for the experience. And what if I get every call correct? Oh my gosh.
Which bothered a lot of people. Major League Baseball put this rule into effect. tied after 9 innings. Each team chooses 3 players.
Oh, he didn't call that a strike.
There are 9 total swings per team, and whoever hits more homers wins the All-Star game. Brendan Donovan is challenging a call. Sorry, Chapman challenges this, and he's going to get his wish.
That's so weird when they introduce that.
To get some count leverage to Brendan Donovan.
I guess they're only doing this in the All-Star game. I assume they're not doing this in the postseason. I don't know. I'll have to hear what some baseball
So let me ask you this.
personalities are going to say about this.
By the way, who are the 3 guys you want from each side?
Mainly the Michael K. Show, Christopher Mad Dog Russo. They talk baseball. And of course, Baseball Tonight with Buster Olney, the podcast. That's kind of where those are the 3 shows I would get my baseball news from.
I think when you look at the American League, I like Randy Rosarena, I like Bobby Witt.
Rosarena. Really?
Yeah, he's got the pop, he's had some good contact.
But Judge, he might be gone next week.
Yeah, Judge might be,
But dudes leave the All-Star game sometimes when they come out early.
sometimes.
Well, at least 4 years.
Okay, it's 0-2 pitch with 2 outs. We might get
How about Riley Green? I mean,
this new rule.
This intrigue has just gone skyrocketing here. Ball and 2 strikes to Donovan. By the way, the only walk-off of any kind in a home run in an All-Star game in the last 30 years was when Michael Young walked off the National League Yankee Stadium in 2008. Right. Donovan hanging around at ball and 2 strikes.
Nonetheless, this has been so much fun. I mean, an American team that was down 6-0.
Yeah.
Scored 4 in the 7th, 2 in the 9th. Here we go.
Chapman trying to get this into the new All-Star game tie rule virtual home run derby.
It just amazes me, right? 37 years old for 100 miles an hour. That for me is just. Some people would say, and I think so too, he's the greatest Cuban that ever came out of Cuba. Big news.
And that's going to do it. That's a fair ball.
Wow. That's a bizarre way to end the 9th inning.
And that gets us to what a lot of baseball fans feel is a dream scenario. Here we go. 3 guys on each side. They each get 3 swings. Whichever side lands more homers wins the 95th All-Star game. Oh, this is fantastic.
I did read about this, so this is legit. This is legit. This is the first time this has ever happened.
Kevin Burkhardt from Fox Sports, who's going to interview both managers. We'll listen in to kind of have Kevin pick their brains as to who they've chosen and what's coming up next. This is the first time ever that we put this into play. Let's listen in.
I don't know what to think about this. When did they introduce this rule? I think it was like a couple years ago. Why do we hear Joe Davis's voice? I don't know what to think. Let's just watch and see what happens.
All right, KB, take it away.
All right, Joe, let's have a little fun. So this is first to make a little history. Aaron, tell me who are your home run hitters tonight?
So we're going to lead off with Brett Rooker, then we're going Randy Rosarena and Jonathan Aranda.
All right, there we go. The 3 from the American League. Dave, who's the National League have in store?
Well, Kyle Stowers just found out he's in this contest, so he's going to lead off. Then we're going to go Schwarbs in the 2,
The two managers from last year's World Series. Yeah, that's how they decide the managers in the All-Star game from last year's World Series. So the two managers at this year's World Series will be at next year's All-Star game. So that's how that works. Okay. Let's just see what happens. It's really happening. I wonder what people are going to think of this. I guess the reason why they introduced this is because the All-Star game is not really a huge thing, a huge deal anyways. I wonder how many people are watching this. I wonder what the ratings are. I'm sure the ratings are pretty high up because it's on a Tuesday night. Not much events are happening. If this was on a Saturday night, the ratings might be somewhat lower because some people, they have their own plans on the weekends. Oh my gosh. Yes, T-Bone, we have 10, we have 20. We have 20 people watching. Hey, what's up, KD Jones? New subscriber. Awesome. Go National League. Go Braves. Alright, we'll see. 21 people watching. That's insane. I think that's more people than... this is like the most viewers. I think this is more than what Eric Super Magnificent had, the main channel. I don't think the main channel had this many people watching at the same time. What the heck? Now it's 26? Hello, people! Wherever you are in the world. Yes, the All-Star game is not over yet. After 9 innings, the game is tied 6-6, and now we're gonna see this swing off.
Let's get 3 swings. We'll alternate, starting with the American League. You heard before the break, we'll be swinging the bats, and the team with the most homers wins. Here's the rub. Unlike in a timed event,
I guess I'll turn up my TV because this is serious now.
it's not 3 pitches, it's 3 swings, which takes the onus off the guy.
Yay, no time limit.
And you can see the L screen set up between home plate and the pitcher's mound. That's the distance, so it's like an actual bat.
28 people. Unbelievable.
Travis Chapman, who is the Yankees' first base coach, is going to be pitching for the American League, at least to Brent Rooker.
All right, folks.
This is uncharted territory.
This is like a mini home run derby.
A hockey game is called a win for one side, but they
It's interesting, but it's also kind of weird at the same time.
It's going to apply here. So there will be a winner tonight, but it's going to be asterisk that the winner was decided with a swing off.
KD says, I hate the time limit during the home run derby also. Yeah, I understand how you feel.
You're used to a guy throwing to you every single day.
When I first started watching the home run derby, it was back in 2013. There was no time limit, number of outs. Chris Berman was the announcer, and he made the broadcast much more entertaining. Every year I watch an old home run derby, which means I'll probably watch one tomorrow on YouTube. We're going back to last night. Where's Dan Iasonia, the home plate umpire? He disappeared. He turned into a ghost. The ghost umpires. What the heck? This is like the shootout in hockey, kind of.
This is so great. So Brent Rooker has hit 2 homers tonight. Could be more. Again, these don't count for anything other than swing off. Still got. All right, well, he's 2. He's
Well, I'm glad to see the players are enjoying themselves.
That's it. You only hit three, so right, he goes. Somebody's got to hit 3 home runs on 3 swings. So that just really for the American League is important, not only for the hitter, but for the
We have 31 people watching now. Oh my goodness gracious! I have no words, guys. I can't believe this many people found my stream, and we're like witnessing history.
Who would you rather have if you're a National Leaguer than a guy who hit 3 homers in a regular season game as recently as Sunday? And that's Kyle Stowers. And that's who's going to start things for the next
38?
way. Longtime coach.
40? What the heck? I just hope this stream doesn't get blocked.
Rooker's excited.
The press box is buzzing right now.
So it-
Writers, and there are hundreds of them here covering this event. I'm sure they're just as intrigued as the players, who are all smiles.
So we got 11 votes in the poll. Which league will win, American or National? More people picked the National. 70. Oh, now it says 67% for National and 33% for American. Pine Belt says, I've been sharing it. Oh, I thank you so much. I appreciate that. Spread the word. Start spreading the news. This is kind of weird, but interesting at the same time. It's getting late in Atlanta. It's 1:45. That's the problem with East Coast games. Sometimes they end very late at night. Yeah, I think the game started at, what, like 8:20, 8:25 Eastern? That's kind of late. But if it was in the West Coast, oh, it's only 5 p.m., you know? Bright and sunny.
Randy Arozarena should bat next. That's at least what Aaron Boone put out there as a plan.
I'm just glad they're not wearing ugly uniforms. No more ugly uniforms.
Randy's a guy that really swings.
There he is.
At least they brought that tradition back to life. Ah, he turned his cap backwards. He means business.
He wants to see it first, right? He's not going to swing. He wants to see it. Yeah.
That traffic is gonna suck. Yeah, it will.
I mean, this is such a spot.
I don't think the stadium's in downtown, right? I think the old stadium was in downtown.
You called this.
That's the one good thing about having these big events in downtown. You get to walk to your hotel. No problem. But in stadiums that are not in downtown, you have to like drive and deal with the parking and the traffic and all that.
At the end, though, it's the title, right? It's the amount of home runs, 3 on 3, basically. So right now, there's Randy.
Santa Maria!
The American League is leading by 2.
If you're just tuning in, the 95th All-Star Game got through 9 innings in a 6-6 tie. The American League came back after falling behind 6-0. The National League came back, I should clarify. And for the first time ever, the new All-Star tie rules are in effect. 3 players take 3 swings from each side.
KD says, watch 2008 Josh Hamilton Home Run Derby if you haven't before. Oh, I actually have. I remember him. Yeah. That was at Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium. I believe 2008 was the last year of the old Yankee Stadium. Yeah, that was a wild home run derby for him.
We talked about the agony.
No more ugly unis. 56 people watching?
Diaz was in line to get
What?
before the comeback by the American League. And now they have to endure rooting for Kyle Schwarber.
Somehow, most of those people are tuning in to see history. Yep.
Schwarber, he knows about moments like this, right?
Miami superfan. He's wearing the old Marlins orange uniform and the visor. Oh, dead center! I wonder if he'll be in next year's World Baseball Classic. Yeah, y'all remember Chris Berman? He used to call the old home run derby. Oh, it's tied 3-3. Oh my gosh! Back, gone! That's what Chris Berman would say for the home run derby. National League. In the lead. Yeah, you did called it. He went perfect. One more left for both leagues. Pine Belt says Polar Bear wins it. Look at the players. They're excited. That's good for the players for enjoying themselves. I'm glad no one's gonna get hurt.
So Jonathan Aranda will bat. 11 homers during the regular season. The manager, by the way, can pinch hit. Terrence Schumacher comes back to watch the result. I was surprised by this pick. Not Jazz. There's some other guys in there. No pressure, right? No pressure. You gotta hit at least 2 homers here, otherwise it's over, and the Polar Bear doesn't even hit. At least one to tie it, I guess.
And they're playing stadium music. I hear the stadium music in the background. Yeah, they got a fountain right there, a dead center field. That's kind of cool.
Wanted to see here yonder was Otani and Judge, and I don't believe that they're here right now. Shower to Dixie Highway. And Aranda.
Oh, wait. Did that count? It did not count.
So this is the biggest swing, right? He's got to hit a homer here, otherwise it's over.
Oh, man.
Trying to swing off. He's got to be able to pull it.
Pressure's on him now. Strike 2. What if that'd be funny if the umpire's there and calls strikes. Strike 3, you're out. Game's over. Oh, good game. More fireworks.
The American League was trailing 6-0 headed to the 7th inning. 4 in the 7th, 2 in the 9th to tie it, forcing the first ever swing off where the National League wins. How about Schwarber coming up, huh? instructed to have not counted this in their decision. So we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll have the presentation of the MVP trophy and more on a great night for Major League Baseball. 6-6, but the National League wins it in a swing-off.
All right. Well, that was very interesting. The first time ever we saw that new rule in after a game is tied after 9 innings. Do you guys like that? Or do y'all prefer like it's play extra innings? I guess it doesn't really bother me. I don't really care much, but it was kind of interesting to watch that though. So we finally got it. I'll have to hear what other people have to say about that. Let's see. I can't believe this many people tuned in. That's insane. Like they all tuned in for that moment. You know, that mini home run derby. Well. Good game though. It was a good game. It was 6-0. National League. The American League came back, tied the game in the 9th inning. That was crazy. So, and then we got to see something interesting. Yeah, that was a good game. Let's see who the MVP is.
The guy's a legend to begin with, only adding to the folklore. He wins the first ever All-Star Game swing-off after the game got through 9 innings, tied at 6. And it was real hard holding back the smiles. The leaguers loved every minute of it. When Jonathan Aranda came close, first-time All-Star, and his last swing.
Oh.
His second swing fell just short of tying it. And then with his third swing, didn't yield a homer. The National League.
Thanks for streaming. Yes, no problem. I'm glad y'all enjoyed watching this with me.
The asterisk that the National League won it in a swing-off.
What the heck is that mascot? What is that supposed to be? What the heck?
A Met and a Philly. How about that?
A Met and a Philly. Yeah, playing in the Atlanta Braves Stadium. That's kind of
Better sense
priceless.
prevented that from going full bore. 6-6 the final score, but again, the National League wins it in the first ever swing-off. By the way, the All-Star game next year is in Philadelphia.
Blooper is the best. Oh, that's the name? That mascot? Blooper?
And I know there are a lot of folks in the city of brotherly love that hope that he stays put and goes nowhere this winter.
My favorite mascot would have to be the Houston Astros Orbit.
The Ted Williams All-Star
But I think the number one mascot is the Philadelphia Philly Fanatic.
score 6 unanswered.
We'll definitely see the Philly Fanatic at next year's All-Star game.
Boy, they've got to think, what does the National League have to do to win an All-Star game? They had lost 10 of the last 11 at the start of play tonight. That's right. And couldn't finish a 6-0 lead tonight. Unbelievable. I mean, but you got to give a lot of credit to the American League, though. Let's send it down to the field for the presentation of the Ted Williams All-Star MVP Award.
The MVP was a guy to my right, Hall of Fame.
Kyle Schwarber.
Is here with you right now, and Derek is here today to present
present the Tim Williams MVP to tonight's winner. It's Philly superstar Kyle Schwarber, everyone. Well, you made some history. What was it like to participate in that?
It's interesting. Exciting, fun. There's a lot of guys who deserve this, but I'm happy that it's going home with us to Philly.
You know, take me through what your thought process was. It once you got one, did you just get red hot like a 3-point shooter? What was your thought process going? Knowing you only had 3 swings.
Oh man, just trying to not hit a home run, I guess. Just trying to stay short because if I would have tried to hit a home run, I would probably hit my guys over there. But just happy that it worked out for us and naturally it's going home with one.
You got a great reception. The guys were jumping on it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. The guys were really into it, and they were yelling, screaming, cheering me on every swing. And then when that last one goes over, they were all pumped. It was a lot of fun.
It was fun to watch. I got to tell you. Other than that, what was your favorite moment in the last couple days?
I mean, I think just being here and just having conversations with a lot of guys. You got a lot of guys who've been doing it for a long time, doing it great for a long time, and then you got a lot of young guys coming up who are going to be special in this game for a long time. So having those conversations and having fun with them and just seeing these guys go out here and compete.
Was it the weirdest thing ever to get like an ovation in Atlanta? That didn't happen for a Philly too often.
No, but you know what? It was exciting. It was fun. So thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, really cool. Here we go. What a performance. A home run winner here. Kyle Schwarber, the Phillies, the National League, gets the W. Congrats, Kyle. Joe, let's go back up to you.
Well, so much for the little caveat we gave our viewers earlier that the results of the swing-off won't count in All-Star MVP voting. We really thought it just meant the first 9. In fact, there's some language out there that proves
Yep.
that that's the case.
Tim Kirchin from ESPN. I've always liked him.
Is the All-Star MVP. Still very deserving. Yeah, so much fun.
He covered baseball since like the late 70s. That's a long time.
American League team comes from behind. There was so much fun. Great pitching, great timely hitting. We saw some speed on the bases.
Oh,
But then Kyle
it's after midnight.
Just-
It's after midnight in Atlanta.
guy who has been here.
Good luck dealing with the traffic at midnight.
Runs, takes it back to Philly, like he's saying. This can propel a Phillies team to continue to stay hot in that second half.
A historic night in Atlanta comes to an end. And never before seen finish, but a great night for America.
5 Terror says, I believe he was calling the game on radio. Yeah, he was. Is this really ESPN's final year broadcasting games? I hope not.
And our entire crew, this is Pat Vasgersian saying goodnight from Truist Park in Atlanta. Thanks for watching Major League Baseball International's special presentation of the 95th version of the Major League All-Star Game. Good night, everybody.
Bum 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 bum. Okay. Yeah, I've always liked the ESPN announcers. They're my favorite. So we'll see if that's true. This is Sportsnet Central. It's a Canadian sports channel. That's how I got this broadcast. It's for viewers that live outside of the USA. It's called MLB International. So only in USA viewers get the Fox version. All right, Pine Belt, thank you for tuning in. Oh, I guess KD doesn't like ESPN. He put ESECPN. Hey, I like the SEC football because I live in the Southeast anyways, so... That'd be weird if, like, for the people that missed this game and they didn't have time to watch the replay or they forgot to record it, they'll just look it up. They'll just look up the score, right? And then they're gonna be like,
Huh? Wait a minute. The game ended in a tie? What? What? How's that possible? Am I missing something?
"Yes, you did. You missed something called the home run challenge," or yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's like the 2002 MLB All-Star game that ended in a tie.
Yeah. Because like it says final score 6-6. It's like it's kind of like the soccer penalty kick shootout, or the hockey shootout. You know. You're a Clemson guy, KD? Oh, okay. Well, I saw the schedule that Clemson's gonna play LSU in their first games, their first game of their seasons. That's gonna be interesting. Tigers and Tigers. So. Yeah, but yeah, I was cheering for Clemson when they played against Alabama in their national championship. Plus, I do like Clemson's uniforms. They're pretty cool. Orange is one of my favorite colors anyways. 47 days until kickoff. Yeah, about a month and a half. All right, so my final thoughts. What do I think? I enjoyed it. I was pretty entertained from start to finish, and it was more entertaining when a lot of you guys tuned in. Without y'all, this wouldn't be as entertaining. So. I'm glad. I can't believe at one point I got, like 40 people watching? Let me see. Yeah. What the heck? That's crazy. I had 43. At one point I had 43. I'm looking at my YouTube Studio analytics. At one point I had 43 people watching. Unbelievable. Well, I guess that's a great thing, so that, yeah. Because a lot of people don't really follow my episodes of me talking sports. So for those of you that are new, which most of those 47 people that tuned in were new, I do episodes of me talking sports, two episodes a week, mainly Mondays and Fridays. Okay, so I did one yesterday. I released one yesterday. I would record it late at night and release it the next day. Okay, so for example, the next episode will be on Friday. So I would record that episode on late Thursday night, or like after midnight on Friday before I go to sleep, and I would release it at 11 a.m. Central. Okay, so the main thing that I'll be talking about in the next episode of KSN will be the Home Run Derby and the MLB All-Star Game. All right, and the Friday episodes are the episodes where I would usually talk about what's going on during the weekends, okay? And the Monday episodes are the ones where I talk about what I saw, what I watched, what I heard of, what happened over the weekend. because Mondays and Fridays are really the two biggest days for sports talk. You previewing the events of the weekend on Friday, and then on Monday, you talk about your thoughts on the events over the weekend. So that's usually what I do, 2 episodes a week. Sometimes, if it's not on Monday, it'll be on Tuesday. But it's mostly Mondays and Fridays. So, for those of you that are interested of me talking sports, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that way you won't miss an episode of me talking about sports. So if you're wondering when is the next live stream, I don't know. And you know what? In the last episode of KSN, I did not mention that, hey, I'm going to do a live stream of me watching the All-Star game. I didn't. Because at the time, I didn't make my decision yet. I didn't make my decision at the time. But I made my decision late last night. So it was kind of a surprise. Hey, I'm live, you know? So, yeah. Is that Vladimir Guerrero Jr.?
Grand scheme of things, having really faced him throughout.
I remember he used to have a lot of hair. He's technically Canadian because he was born in Canada.
Facing him, so unbelievable. I mean, for me, it's very Hall of Famer. And one of the things that I can say is his last strikeout in the All-Star game, it was against me.
Did you have an idea that you would face him, and did that change your approach at all, knowing it was his final All-Star game?
Tenía idea que te iba a enfrentar a él. Sí, eso cambió el approach que iba a tener en el juego.
Sí, obviamente me dijeron que
Yeah, they told me the possibility of facing him before the game, and then when I saw him in the mound, I gotta tell you the truth, I got a little bit nervous. That's part of the game, but it was unbelievable.
All-Star game number 5, as I mentioned. How different did this one feel, knowing that in the second half you're going back to a first-place team?
En los juegos de juego estrella, ¿qué diferencia hay de los otros? Sabiendo esta vez que tú vas para la segunda mitad con el equipo estando en primer lugar.
bueno, yo creo que la única diferencia es que
The difference is about the experience, right? So I already know how to handle myself here, how to prepare myself for the All-Star game, and at the same time, how to prepare myself mentally for the second half of the season.
When you go into the second half, Vladdy, is there anything you would like to focus on in your game? And what did you like about the first half from your team?
Algo específico que tú personalmente te quieres enfocar para la segunda mitad y qué te gustó de tu equipo en la primera mitad.
bueno, me gustó que estamos
Obviously, I mean, the best thing for me is that we were winning games in the first half, and on the personal way, it's I don't have nothing specific. I just wanted to continue to keep winning games.
What do the next 2 full days look like for you?
¿Cómo serían los próximos 2 días para ti?
bueno, hay una
Be honest with you, there's a swimming pool waiting for me in my house, and I will be there in the swimming pool with my family those days.
Well deserved. Before I let you go, the All-Star game with Alejandro Kirk, what did that mean to you, and to see him get this nod that he's so well deserved?
Tu segundo juego con Alejandro Kirk de Juego Estrella, ¿qué significa para ti? ¿Cómo te sientes que en su segundo juego también?
bueno, me siento para mí
Yeah, he deserved that 100%. I feel very, very proud of him. He's one of the players that come here early to the stadium every day, work very hard, prepare himself. But at the end, I'm very proud of him.
All right, Vladdy, enjoy the swimming pool. We will look for you on Friday. Congratulations.
thank you.
All right, 5-time All-Star Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Let's send it back to you.
Speaking of Friday, second half of the MLB regular season begins then, and we have 3 games for you. Blue Jays at home to the Giants, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific on Sportsnet. The Yankees, they're to stay put in Atlanta, 7 o'clock Eastern on Sportsnet 1. That is followed by the Brewers and Dodgers, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific. Of course, all games can be streamed on Sportsnet Plus.
Hey, that's Hazel May that was interviewing Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I looked her up. It says that she's a Filipino Canadian sportscaster. And if y'all don't know, I'm actually half Filipino. My mother is from the Philippines, and I was born in America. So, yeah. So we got someone that is a Filipino-Canadian sportscaster, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is a Dominican-Canadian baseball player, born in Canada, Montreal to be exact, and he's playing for the Toronto Blue Jays, so that's interesting. All right, guys. That's it. Wow, the stream is almost 4 hours, so I guess I was entertained from start to finish. So thank you all very much for tuning in. And that went well. I'm glad it went well. I'm glad, even though the beginning of the game, the stream was having some issues, but that didn't last too long, thankfully. And I'm glad the rest of the broadcast went well. And yeah, good game. I'll have to hear what my favorite sports talk people have to say about this tomorrow. So yeah, next episode of KSN should be on Friday. So until then, guys, have a good night. Peace out. And enjoy the rest of the MLB season. Katie says, appreciate you so much. You got your notifications turned on. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. All right, folks. Wow, 8 likes. I just saw that number. 8 likes. Thank y'all very much. All right, that's it, folks. Good night for real. Peace out. And perfect timing because I'm using my laptop and I don't have my charger plugged in. It's at 9%. So perfect timing. I guess that's how long this laptop can last, having it on for 4 hours straight without having it plugged in. So yeah. All right. See you next time, folks. Peace out. And I tip my cap. Go USA. World Baseball Classic.